you wanted to promote here this evening on the Sunday Evening Update?
I think we got Global Catastrophic Risks, the book, and we got the Singularity Summit, and we got Overcoming Bias, and I think that runs the category.
And that covers basically all of it. Okay. Well, hey, that's great, Eliezer. I want to thank you very much for joining us here on the Sunday Evening Update, and I wish you well in the future. Have a good night.
Good night.
All right, there you have it. Eliezer Yudkowsky, Singularity Institute Research Fellow. And I got to get this down, how that the Singularity Institute is organized, as Eliezer kind of pointed to, that he's like the research division, and that Tyler Emerson runs the, I guess, the public face of the Singularity Institute, and is doing the Singularity Summit, or putting that on. And of course, I wanted to mention again that in affiliation with the Singularity Institute, the Immortality Institute is having the Convergence Conference coming up in November 15th and 16th. Great talk there about bias, something that is unfortunately rather prevalent in most of society, and even in academic circles, unbelievably, some of the bias that occurs out there. So I want to thank once again here Eliezer Yudkowsky for showing up and sharing his knowledge and expertise in the issue of friendly AI. And as I mentioned earlier, we do have, to close out the show here, our snake oil preview. You know, we talk about a lot of things. We try and stay focused on reality and on science. And of course, a lot of people at the Immortality Institute are concerned with living longer and living better and healthier. And you know what? You're going around the internet and you find a lot of stuff out there that you kind of makes you scratch your head whether or not this is really something. In the past, in our snake oil segment, we've covered things like magnetic rings and meditation, people healing, sending healing prayers. I should say, meditation is proven scientifically to do you well as far as health goes. Meditation is good for your mind and body. But magnetic rings, questionable. Highly questionable. And the toxic absorbing foot pads, things like that. But you know what? In the snake oil segment that I have been running here for the last few shows, we run across things that perhaps are a little bit snake oil, but perhaps are not. Kind of that in-between area. And one thing I wanted to cover tonight is all of these healthy juices that are supposedly out there. Now, you've probably seen many of these, like the one I'm showing a graphic of here. Healing noni juice. Now, maybe you heard of noni juice. It's some berry, some type of fruit from some exotic land in Asia or Amazon rainforest. I don't know. No, Fiji Islands. Maybe this is a South Pacific thing. But it became famous after an NFL football player for the Philadelphia Eagles, Terrell Owens. Now he plays for Dallas Cowboys. But when he broke his leg, they told him he wouldn't be able to play in the Super Bowl because it wouldn't heal fast enough. He heard that noni juice would help you heal faster. And all of a sudden, noni juice became the heal-all, catch-all, greatest juice out there that was going to make you live forever. Well, maybe it wasn't going to make you live forever, but one of the people in the chat here mentioned that it's supposed to cure HIV and all of this type of stuff. But here's another one, goji juice. And I know a lot of you out there probably partake in some of this stuff. Goji juice, another, I think it's, the name of it is wolfberry, that it comes from, the wolfberry from the Himalayas. In fact, you can see on this graphic, this is real Himalayan goji juice. You know, it's always from somewhere exotic, all of these juices. Here's one, mangosteen. I don't even know if I'm saying it. Mangosteen. I believe this one's from the Amazon rainforest, right? And, it's supposed to cure everything. And here, this company knows how to sell, I don't even know how to pronounce this one, Acacia, the A-C-A-I berry. I don't know how to pronounce it. Acacia? I don't know exactly, but you've probably seen it. And this beautiful lady here, Monica Brantz, is selling it. It's Amazon Thunder. It's from the Amazon, and it's this, juice with all kinds of high antioxidants in it and everything, and it's supposed to cure everything. The reality is, most of these juices are good for you, right? They're good. They do have phytonutrients, maybe they even have some resveratrol in them, trace amounts. They have a lot of antioxidants, things like that. The only thing you have to watch out for is all the marketing hype. And actually, if you drink the actual juice that perhaps has a lot of sugar in it, it might not be as good for you as if you were just getting the extract. And of course, there's a lot of other juices out there or berries that you can that are very good for you, like say pomegranate juice and pomegranate extract. It's been proven many scientific studies that it's very good for your health. And blueberry extracts, right? Blueberry is good, but you got to watch out for some of these sales pitches where they say it's going to cure everything. And some of these juices, some of these berries might have slightly different types of compositions, slightly different type of healthy, benefits that they provide. But in general, most of these, from what I've read and from what I've seen, most of these are about the same. If you're going to be drinking one of these berry juices or berry concentrates or extracts, most of them are going to give you some benefit. And I wonder about some of these studies that show this amazing healing power of some of these juices. I just think that if you get 100 couch potatoes, overweight couch potatoes, and you give them one of these juices, of course they're going to do better because they just don't get any phytonutrients or the broad spectrum of minerals and antioxidants and vitamins that they're just not getting it. You give them any one of these juices or blueberry or pomegranate or whatever, and they're all of a sudden their biomarkers are going to improve because they just don't get any of that. So that's where I think maybe I'm just estimating here, just kind of conjecture, that maybe some of this positive research comes from, is that you take an unhealthy person, anything you give them, vegetables or berry juice or whatever, is going to do good. So that's my take on the juices. They're good for you, but you don't need to spend a ton of money on these special Himalayan goji berry juice, the Amazon Thunder or the healing noni juice that comes from whatever exotic part of the world it is. So yeah, they don't cure everything. They're certainly good for you. You just got to watch out for some of that marketing hype. Okay, getting close to the end of the program here. I see we had a few new viewers tonight. I just wanted to get any questions or comments that you might have had about the program or about Eliezer Yudkowsky. I would say, hey, you can always leave some comments at the Overcoming Bias blog. If you did hear anything interesting tonight on the program, you can go to that blog, read some of his material, and then maybe leave a couple of comments. And also, on the show coming up in a few weeks, I've got some good guests in the planning stages, but it's always tough to get people in at this time slot on a Sunday. But we have some good guests coming up. Dr. William Davis is one that's coming in September, and he's a heart doctor, heart researcher. I don't have his exact title, but he runs this website called trackyourplaque.com, and I'm sure he'll have a lot of good, useful, tangible information about keeping yourself healthy and preventing heart disease. And also Peter Pissarro, who is a neuroscience researcher, has done a lot of work with brain-computer interfacing. And that would be a very interesting chat, and he said he would be available in September as well. And he used to be a member of he's still a member of the Immortality Institute, at least a registered forum participant. And hopefully we can get him on the program in September. He's been really busy lately working on his doctor's thesis in the UK, I believe, somewhere overseas. So that's another guest that's coming up. I'm also in talks with a few other people. The mysterious Elixir, the guy who says he can help you live really, really long, almost forever, let's say. So a lot of different guests coming up, and you can always suggest guests for this Sunday evening update. Just go to the Immortality Institute forums, and you'll see in Sunday evening update thread or subsection, forum subsection, and in there it has a wish list of guests. And a lot of you have suggested some of these guests, and we've had quite a few of them here on the program. Okay, I don't see any comments or questions at this point, so I'm going to call this a show. It's the end of the Sunday evening update on this Sunday, August 10th.